Okay, here I'm going to demonstrate this Rick's Paradox. It's on the panel number 2, I believe. First, you want to stitch around all the outlines here on all the pieces. Let me hold it back a little bit. Okay, you want to stitch around the outline first. I did that block already. And I started out here because this bit is actually going to be cut off. So if you have an ugly start, it'll be on the outside of the biggest square. Okay, so I'm going to do one of these middle squares. I highly recommend that you put pins on the corners of your quilt, even if you have it really well basted, because we're going to do a lot of manipulating and turning, and I had these flip under and mess up, and I stitched through them, and I did that several times before I finally got wise. Okay, so I'm going to start here on the outside. And to start this one, we're going to use this ruler, the 12-inch arc, and we're going to use this. Let's see if we can see this. I don't know if you can see. How about if I put my hand on it? Between this line and this line is 1 inch, this gap between the lines. So I'm going to use that to mark it. So I want to mark over, let's get this in here. I want to mark on my block where I'm going to come from the outside point. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to mark it 1 inch. And you can use a regular ruler to mark the inch also. I'm going to put an inch mark right here, so that if I put my ruler right on that inch mark, the foot will end up coming in at 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch, which is what the width is that we need. Okay, let me see if I can do this where you can see it. So, whoops, I just messed up my camera. No, good. So, 5 small stitches, not in the same place, just 5. Okay, so let's see if we can see. You can't really see it. There it is. Can you see my mark? It's kind of hard to see. There's my mark at 1 inch, and my foot came in at 3/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch away. And we're just going to keep doing this, and it gets a little monotonous, and you're going to turn, 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 unless you want to get practice going in different directions, which is fine with me. So I'm going to mark it 1 inch again. And you could go ahead and mark a few ahead of time, but not too many, just 2, because then we're going to mark it a little differently. Or we're going to do something a little different. All right, let's go to the next one. Got a big giant stitch there. Then we can go ahead and go to this next one. Okay, you notice I just made a mistake, and I was going to show you guys not to do that. I put this inside this line, inside the mark. It's always got to be on the outside of the mark. I don't think it matters too much, because if I put it on the inside, it'll come out to 1/2 inch, right? Almost goofed. Okay. All right, now here we are. We're back to the beginning here. I'm going to go ahead and cut my thread. And now we're going to come down, and we're going to go 1 inch onto this previously sewn line. Three-quarters of an inch, right? And we're going to stop when we hit the line, not the wall. Okay. Okay, and you just keep going, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, which is a 3/4 inch seam, and all the way until you can no longer, let me get this one, until you can no longer measure an inch along the stitch there. So long, if you can't measure an inch, like this one was an inch and this one, then you stop. Okay, can you see that one? Okay. And whatever you do, like I could have gone another one there. You could keep going even really tiny. Just whatever you do can be consistent. This one is, all three of the middle ones are 0.75. Then when you get to this little guy on the outside ends on both corners, those are 1/2 inch. So you would mark that one 3/4 inch, right? If you mark it 3/4, and then you put the ruler right on that mark, it'll come in at 1/2 inch. Okay? Good luck.